Good morning, everyone. Hi, it's Kay Kaltoff. Welcome to a Stamp and Chat with Kay. I am just getting a few things ready here at the last second. I see I have things on my desk that don't need to be on my desk, and I have things that are supposed to be on my desk that are not there. So thought I would maybe take care of that before we get rolling. Good morning, Missy. Hello, Karen. Hi, Linda. Hello, Teresa. It's good to have you guys here. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm too centered in the video. Let me see if I can bring this down. Everything is a little crazy because it always takes a little bit of time to get all the adjustments done. Well, that looks better. All right. Hi, Sylvia. We have a really fun project today. We are going to make a card holder. We're going to use our Stampin' Up! Note cards. We're going to decorate them with the Darling Label Punch Box stamp set and punch out. And then the outside is decorated with the beautiful Floral Essence stamp set. And I love the way I did the tag on this, so I'll be sure to share everything about how this is made. And what else? Well, I'll show you where I got my inspiration from, because I received one of these note card pouch holders from the home office. Donna and Brian were in town for a Stampin' Up! Event this weekend, and it was my job to pick them up and to bring them to the event. So Donna Griffin, it was great to have you here, as well as Brian Pilling. I didn't get into any accidents, so I drove safely from their hotel to our event, so that was good. Hi, Amy. Oh, it's good to have you here. You guys are already sharing. Thank you. I am going to give away today, well, actually it'll be tomorrow. It's going to be the Whisper White polka dot tulle, which is really pretty. It's kind of a see-through ribbon, and it looks really pretty on a lot of projects. It's very lightweight, it's very fluffy, so it goes through the mail really nicely. All right, so let's go ahead. Missy's like, I can't wait to see your projects. Well, you know what? We're going to flip the camera down, but I will tell you, before we actually get to the projects, I am going to be sharing with you some cards that I've either gotten in the mail or received from friends in person, and I think you'll really enjoy seeing those as well. I had so many that I can't even share them all. I'm only going to share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So we're going to hold on to the rest of them, and I'll share those probably next week. It's kind of like I'm down to doing one Facebook Live a week these days because, number one, I've been really busy and with family things, and number two, I've been really busy with Stampin' Up! Things. We're prepping for our fall flare that's coming up here in another 3 weeks or so. Yikes. All right, so let me go ahead and flip the camera down and we'll get started. All right, welcome again to everybody who's watching. When we were at our event this past Sunday, we had about 300 demonstrators in attendance here in the Twin Cities area. There was an all-attendee giveaway, and I thought the packaging was so cute. For those of you that are demonstrators watching me today, you might consider doing something like this similar for your teams. And so how this was all put together is you can see that it uses one of our Stampin' Up! Cello bags, and then on the outside to decorate it, there's a piece of First Frost 6x6 Designer Series paper that's been cut to size. And then, of course, we have this beautiful little tag with the warmest wishes on it with some little snowflakes, and that is from the Free Skate stamp set. I did look that up before I went on air today. And then it's decorated with some really pretty purple tri-colored ribbon here, and then we have one of our doilies, our shimmery white doilies, and then a little punch out. It's actually, again, that First Frost Designer Series paper, but it's the other side of it. As you can see, it has the silver foil on the other side. And so that's just a punch out that's stapled on here, and then the ribbon hides the staple. So it's really, really quite pretty. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside, but this was a lovely little gift that we received on Sunday. One of my dear friends in Stampin' Up, she created this lovely card and gave it to me. She's just such a sweetheart. Her name is Sue McNeil. She said she cased this card from Bronwyn Eastley, and it uses the Frosted Foliage Bundle. And of course, that First Frost Designer Series paper is on here, and it's beautiful. And this is a Z-fold card, and so this is so much fun to open up. And I think once in a while, it's kind of fun to go out on a limb and just do a little bit different fold. And so when you open it up, it looks like this. And oh, isn't that cute? There's a couple of little bears in there. And that, I think, is from that Shaker Card stamp set. These are some of the little still lifes that you can cut out with your die cuts that go with that set. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's the one that has like the pretty little dome kind of, well, maybe it's called Snow Globe set, something like that. It's beautiful, and I love the little still lifes of the little bears. So cute. So thank you so much, Sue McNeil, for sharing this card with me. And then another card that I received from a swap that I was in is this cute little card that Susan Campfield made, and it's called, it actually uses the Monster Bash product suite. And so what I love about it is, in addition to using that new embossing folder in the background here that's part of the Monster Bash product suite, she also used this cute little frame cutout, and she put that on black foil paper, so it's really nice and shiny. And then this is just a little cutout from the Designer Series paper. It's so super cute. And then she stamped "Open If You Dare," and it says "Have a Spooktacular Halloween." So very, very cute. Love the paper in that Monster Bash set, and love this card. So thank you so much for participating in that swap, Susan. And then another swap card that I received is from Tracy Jacobs, and this is a great fall card as well. It uses the Harvest Hello bundle, and you can see it here. It says, "Hey there, pumpkin," and she used the Designer Series paper. Oh dear, I think it's one of our, is it the Regals, maybe? Anyway, it's really cute. I'm not sure for sure where this Designer Series paper is from, but I think the orange check is just darling. And when you open it up, I love how she did these leaves. So she just stamped the leaves, and then she took a sponge dauber and just sponged the very little tiniest bit of ink over the top of them to really accent them. So I thought that was just adorable. All right, so let's go on to the final card that I'm going to share with you. And this one is from, let me think. This one is from Joyce Hall, and she is, I think she is like my third level upline. And so I happened to run into her on Sunday, and she gave me this card. She goes, "Okay, are you swapping?" Well, of course I wasn't, because I'm never that organized. So she says, "Well, I've got one for you." And I begged her not to give it to me because I felt so bad that I didn't have a card for her in exchange, but she gave it to me anyway. So I'm going to surprise her and put one in the mail for her. But this uses the God's Peace stamp set, and it is colored so beautifully with our Stampin' Blends. I have to hold it up so you can see just how gorgeous she colored this. And it is so much fun to use the Stampin' Blends. This is a perfect stamp set to use it on. There's hardly any work with Stampin' Blends, you guys. It just pretty much does the work for you. So it's a very relaxing and fun thing to do. And the God's Peace stamp set is perfect for using with your Stampin' Blends. All right, now this is the amazing pouch that totally inspired me to make the whole little set that I'm doing today. And this is what I was gifted from Donna Griffin and Brian Pilling from our home office. And just because I picked them up and drove them a few miles to the event, I still can't believe they gave me this. It's so nice. But it uses, let me show you the stamp set here, because I can't even remember the name of it. Obviously I don't have it because I've never shared anything with it. Oh, here it is. Hold on, I got it. It's called the Mosaic Mood Suite. And of course I have the paper, because hello, I do product share. So I had the paper, but I don't have the punch or the stamp set. But of course this makes me want to get it, of course. But you can find it on page 118 and 119 in our catalog. And so here it is, and it's beautiful. And I believe, boy, I hope I'm not mistaken on this, but I believe this is even part of the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper sale. I would have to double check. I feel like there's one specialty designer series paper that's on that sale. But again, I don't have all my ducks in a row this morning, and I'm just not totally sure on that. But it does use the punch and this lovely stamp set. And again, it's all stuff I didn't have, so I couldn't recreate this exactly. But let me show you what the inside looks like. So we'll open this up. And it's so cute because, let me get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. It holds 3 really cute note cards that are created with that Darling Label punch box. So again, you can see it's got the Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper as accents. It's got the, oh, I can't think of the name of it. It's one of the in colors that has the orange striping in it, but it has that ribbon. Oh man, I should look these things up before I go on air. And then here we have another one, and they're all 3 the same. They're really simple, they're really cute, and they would just make a darling little gift to give to somebody in person. So I do dearly love it. And so I thought, you know what? Since I got this from the home office, I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I shared with you how to make it, because Donna actually in her presentation showed us how to make it. So I'm making mine. Oh, Monica's telling, hi Monica, Monica's telling me it's the terracotta tile in color. Thank you. Obviously I haven't used that enough to memorize all the names yet. This is the floral essence that we are going to be using today. Let me find it in here real quick, because I want to give you page numbers in case you don't have it and want to go, whoa, what was that, Kay? It was page 106 and 107 in our annual catalog. Probably the thing I'm the most crazy about is the paper. You can cut this any old way, throw it on any old card, put any old stamp with it, and you have a spectacular card. The paper is amazing. It does all your work for you. It is so gorgeous. And that is for sure on the buy 3, get 1 free. So love that paper. So of course, I was very excited to use it in the project we're making today. So it includes the floral essence stamp set, and then it's bundled with the punch. It's like a 3-petal punch, and you layer them together to make really pretty cards. So here it is. Isn't it beautiful? And it's a 2-tag card, because what I did, you'll notice that this whole sentiment, all days are beautiful that begin with you, well, that's actually one stamp, but I took my Stampin' Up! Paper snips and I very carefully cut that apart so that I could have all days are beautiful on the top tag, and then on the bottom tag it says that begin with you. I really like doing that with my photopolymer stamp sets in particular, because it's so easy to see where to cut, and then you have a little more flexibility and you don't have to do all that masking. I don't really care to do masking, so if I can cut my stamp sets and save me that masking step, I do it. So this is the pouch, and I will be sharing how to make this, and then I'm also going to take all this apart here so you can see one. I'm going to show you the cards. Now all 3 cards are going to be the same. I made 2 of them and saved 1 for making on the video today with you, and I will give away a card to each winner who shares or comments on this. So here it is. It uses the Perennial Essence floral center, which makes it's pretty cute for something that's 3D. And here are the cards. So here's our Thinking of You. Again, I used the Darling Label punch box, and just like Donna did, I am making all 3 of these the same. So you will get one of these along with 2 yards of the polka dot ribbon. I would give you this ribbon, but this gets to be really bulky to mail, and I just wasn't sure how that would work. So we're gonna go with the polka dot ribbon for the giveaway. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and we will make these beautiful things. All right, so the first thing that you're going to need, let me move some things off my desk. I'm going to bring into the picture here the Simply Scored tool, because you're going to be doing some scoring to make the pouch. All right, and this, oh, Rosemary's telling me she's watching while she's working. Well, don't get into trouble, Rosemary. Rosemary's one of my good customers. All right, so we have a 6 by 12 inch piece of the Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. You're going to be scoring it at 5 5/8 and 11 1/4, and then you're going to score up 1 inch from the bottom. Now, I should not make any mistakes because I did pre-score it, but I'm just going to show you how to do that. So you take your scoring tool, use the fatter end. That's better for Designer Series paper, because sometimes if you use the really skinny little tiny ball on the end of your stylus, it could punch through your paper if you're using a thinner, lighter weight paper, such as Designer Series paper. So always use the bigger end when you're using Designer Series paper. Then we're going to go to 5 5/8 inch, and that's just count those little 1/8 inch marks until you get to 5, and then bring it down. And then we're going to go 11 1/4 on this end. Then you can flip it over, and you're going to score 1 inch from the bottom. And then all of your scoring is done, and now it's just a matter of putting it together. So let me set this down. So I love using Stampin' Up! Bone folders. So I'm just going to use my bone folder and get all of these score lines well creased. So we're ready to go here. And then I'll show you what to cut away. So you are going to have to cut away a couple of things. So let me grab a paper snips. And we're going to cut away this little corner here. So that's a cutaway. And then we're going to cut away this section over here. I'm going to flip it over because I can see it a little bit better. You don't have to be real neat because the other flap is going to go up over the top of this. So if you don't get it perfectly straight, no big deal. All right. Then you're going to take this little 3/4 inch tab, and you're going to put your glue on that. So I'm going to take my glue, and we'll put our glue there, and you just bring that down. And then so you have a nice neat fold up, take your scissors again, and you're just going to kind of angle off your edges here. So it looks like that. And then take your glue again, because it's just so fast and easy. And then flip that up, and you have created your pouch. Now you'll notice there was a pretty big hole at the top. So I'm doing that with the 1/2 inch circle punch. And a lot of times people, you know, oh, how do I measure that so I get it exactly in the circle? I'll give you a clue how to do that. So this is how I do things when I want to be sure I'm exactly in the middle. So I take a piece of scrap paper, and I only need it for, you know, as big as what I'm going to be punching out. And then the other thing is I want it to be exactly the same size as what I'm trying to find my middle. And so this is 5 5/8 wide, and then it's probably like 1 1/4 inch tall. Then once you have that measured out, you just fold it in half. So that's where your middle is, and then you can open it up, and you can take your 1/2 inch circle punch, and you're just going to punch out where that center line is, and that's how I find my middle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this over here, and I want a little bit more depth. That's a little bit skinny, so I'm just going to take a pen here, and I'm just going to mark my middle with a pen. And then I can use my, and because this is lightweight paper, it's no big deal. I can take my 1/2-inch circle punch, just center that pen mark in the middle of my circle punch and punch it out. And I have my punch punched exactly in the middle. So pretty easy. And I don't really like math that much where I can, just look at something and figure it out. My husband would be like, well, that is blah, 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 blah. And he'd have it figured out in 3 seconds. I have to do all these little quirky things to help me because I'm so math inept. All right, so here we go. We are ready to put this aside and work on the tag. So let me get my tags out. What we're going to be using for our tags are 2 pieces of paper, both of them cut to the same size. So we have a 2x4-inch panel of Purple Posy and a 2x4-inch panel of Whisper White. I'm going to take the, oh dear, what is the name of this? This is like I know what it is. It's the triple banner punch because you can make 3 different sizes of banners. So this is the biggest size you can make. So I'm going to punch that out, and ta-da, I have a banner. Punch out the white one, and ta-da, I have my banner. So simple. And then I'm going to need my, I need to have this. This is your Stampin' Pierce mat because we're going to be doing stamping with a photopolymer stamp set, and we want to make sure that we get a good image. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my Blackberry Bliss ink pad. And I'm going to grab All Days Are Beautiful. We'll ink that up. Remember, I did cut this stamp so that it will work a little better for the way I wanted to use it. And you're going to stamp that really, really close to the bottom because you want to have plenty of room for your flower. All right, so there's one. And then we're going to take the inside sentiment for the inside part of the punch. Again, just ink that up with the Blackberry Bliss. And this one you can put more in the middle. All days that are beautiful, all days are beautiful that begin with you. So we'll stamp that right there. Perfect. Okay, then we're going to layer these little tags. You know what? I'm not going to do this because that ink may need to dry just a tiny bit. So let me go ahead and do the flower. So here we have some scrap Whisper White, and once again I'm going to get out the Blackberry Bliss, and we are going to stamp our flower twice. So I'm going to stamp it once here. I'm going to flip it around and stamp it here. There we go. Then we're going to take our little punch that goes with that Floral Essence bundle, and we're going to punch these out. I can take a little peek at what everyone's telling me. Oh, you all like the tip on measuring. Thank you. And then Amy, she's so quick on the draw. She's telling me, it's the triple banner punch. Like, how can you forget that, Kay? I don't know. I forget everything. I'm just so used to it, I don't even think about it. Which is why I forget everything. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and color this. So I am going to, for coloring this, we're going to take our Purple Posy Stampin' Blends, and we're going to take the lightest color first, and we're going to just bring some color up into the center. And then I'm going to color this little ring around the middle too. So this is the lighter color of Purple Posy, and I'm just very kind of sloppily bringing color up to the ends. So I'm coloring the ring, and then I'm just coloring, not all the way to the top, but just putting some nice light color all through this flower. There we go. Then you're going to take the darker Purple Posy, and again, we'll just use the brush end, but this time we're only going to focus on the lower part, and we're just going to add a little bit of darker color right at the base of this flower. We'll do the same thing to the other one. Oh my goodness, it's magic. If you guys don't have Stampin' Blends, this is the bomb, I'm telling you. Everything you do with them just looks so professional. All right, so then you're gonna take a glue dot. I'm gonna pull one off here. Well, ideally, there we go. Put it in the middle of one of these flowers. And then take your other flower and you're going to hoover it over the top. First get it all set up so it's all... Have you guys ever noticed you really can't move things once you've glue dotted them in? But get that all set up so it looks good. And there we have our beautiful flower. All right, and then of course the finishing touch for that flower is one of these floral essence centers. So we'll just pull one of these out. Take off the little peely. I love peel and stick. And again, I think I'll use my piercing tool here. We'll just center that in. Sometimes if you try to use your fingers get sort of in the way of where it needs to go. But this little take your pick tool is pretty handy for that. All right. Then we can grab our tag and we're going to take this and we'll just put a dimensional on here. So let me grab some dimensionals. Are you guys impressed? I pretty much have everything that I've needed so far on the table with me. Boy, this might be a world record. All right, so then we're just going to set this in like so. Not quite like that. Set it in like so. So it's a little bit like that. All right, I'm seeing I should have probably punched that out first, but I think we'll be okay. So now we're going to bring in the trio punch. So it has two corner rounders. One has kind of a fancy etching on the inside and one's your basic corner rounder. But then you also have a little tag punch. So we're just going to put this in here and just get it so that it's centered and do a little punch. And there you have it. And we'll do the same thing with this one. I better do it so it's facing me so I can make sure it's centered. There we go. All right. So now we can go ahead and label or put all this together, but not quite because we are going to make our cards to go in there. So let me show you the card again. And it looks like this. And this is going to go actually pretty fast. But you're probably wondering, how did I get the two-tone tag? So let me show you how I did that. I took the light purple Posy Stampin' Blend. And you're just going to take it and you're just going to go like this. Just put down some color onto your piece of scrap Whisper White. And then we're going to stamp the sentiment from the Darling Label punch box. So I'm going to grab this. This again is Blackberry Bliss ink. And we're just going to stamp this. And we'll just stamp it right there. Then you can come in with your Darling Label punch box punch out. And just center that in and punch it out. And there it is. And now we also want to decorate this a little bit. So we're going to take some twine. I know I had it here because I remember seeing it. Here it is. So I'm just going to make a cute little bow with the twine. And then we're going to set that right on top of that punch out. Because do you know why? Do you know why the home office picked the twine? Because they're accenting with the in-color ribbons. And that, of course, is a perfect match. Our baker, or our little linen thread with that center of that ribbon. All right, so let me go ahead and grab a glue dot. I'm going to use my scissors because it's here. And then you want to squish that glue dot up so it's really tiny. And you're going to set it right here on your punch out. And then you'll set your twine right over the top of that, or your linen thread. And then flip it over, and we're going to get this ready to put on our card, because putting the card together is super simple. So that'll only take a couple seconds once because I have everything punched out or cut out. And there's not much to it. So I'm just going to get this all ready. All right, so now let's get the card ready. So here we have our card. Here they are, the note cards. They're already scored for you, so all you have to do is fold them up. And then the two pieces of paper that you're going to use are a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This is 3/8 inches by 4.5. And I think we'll just use glue because it's just so quick and handy. And then you've got that tiny bit of wiggle room to get it straight. And you're going to go probably 3/8 or 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. Not quite an inch, I don't think. And then you're going to leave a little gap, and you're going to put this matching Designer Series paper from the Perennial Essence paper. And this is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And again, we're just going to take our multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're going to set this just a little bit above. And then the section that's going to go in this open area is going to be the ribbon. So we're going to grab the purple posy ribbon. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. I'm going to angle it up. And then you can flip that over. And the best way, I think, to put ribbon on is to just add a little snail to the back. It just works so great. Snail is perfect for adding ribbon. Then you're going to set it in here. And then don't worry, if it overhangs a little, you can always trim that even with the edge, which is what my plan is. So then grab your ribbon scissors, flip that over, and just give that a little trim so it's all nice and even. Then take your little sentiment that you have here, you're thinking of you. You're going to set this in just a little bit below that ribbon line. And then just set that in. And there it is, it's done, and it's so cute, you guys. I hope you all get so excited about this and make a bunch of pouches that you can share with people. If you're a demonstrator, this would be a great hostess gift. If you are a customer, think how lovely this would be to bring to someone who maybe isn't feeling well. It would be a great little gift for someone maybe going through a hard time, or possibly someone who enjoys sending cards. Let me get these all ready. So this is what's going to go on the inside. So I'm going to set this all together for you so you can truly see the big picture of how this looks. So we're going to take the cards, just get them all in a nice little stack, and then you can set them in. I'm going to leave one out to show in the final picture. But they all three fit in really well. And then you just put them in there. And then what you want to do is take a length of this polka dot tulle. And don't worry about your tags. You're just going to tie the pouch shut and just do a big fluffy ribbon. I mean, you really can't mess this ribbon up. It's just so easy to work with. And so you just make a big fluffy bow, and it just all looks good no matter what you do with it. And then you're going to take your linen thread again, just cut some of that off, and you're going to string these tags together. So let me put them together. And then you just run that through your center. Tie that up. And then just put a big bow at the top, because then it's easy for someone to get at it without having to find a scissors and cut everything off. So I like just doing bows, because then it's easy to open, and then people feel like they aren't wrecking the gift that you're giving them. All right, and we'll trim that even. So there is a really cute little gift pouch holder. And then here is the little card that you're going to find on the inside. So I'll just set this out here. So I appreciate everyone for joining me today. It was really fun having you here. You know what? I should share with you that if you place a $75 order with me and use a host code, which you can always find on my blog at www.stamping2share, in October, I will be gifting everyone who places a $75 order with a code in September, they will get the Toile Tidings Glitter Enamel Dots. I almost said that wrong. And then I'm also very excited to promote that Stampin' Up's starter set is always a good deal. So if you are thinking about becoming a demonstrator, this is a great time of year. Everybody's kind of nesting and coming home and thinking about, ooh, let's do some crafting. So go ahead and get started with a $99 starter kit. Pick $125 of products, and that includes free shipping and handling, and then every order you place with Stampin' Up will be discounted. All right, so that is it, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.